Family and friends came together last night to honor a young woman who police say died because her boyfriend drove drunk. University of St. Thomas held a candlelight vigil for 20-year-old Rhea Patel. Junior died in a car crash early Sunday in Minneapolis. Under the arches of St. Thomas along Summit Avenue, hundreds came to remember her.
Yeah, just a way of remembering her lively spirit and the joy that she brought to so many people.
Prosecutors say Patel's boyfriend, Michael Campbell, drove into a light pole on Stinson Boulevard around 4 Sunday morning. When police arrived, they were unable to save Patel. According to the criminal complaint, a friend described Campbell as, quote, super drunk before the crash. Also says after crashing the vehicle, he ran away from the scene. Actually took authorities 2 days to find the 21-year-old. Campbell appeared in court yesterday. He was charged with criminal vehicular homicide. A judge ordered a chemical dependency evaluation and set bail at $250,000. Patel's funeral will be tomorrow at the University of St. Thomas. It starts at 1:30 in the Anderson Student Center. A Lakeville man is back home this morning after spending nearly 4 days lost in a dense forest up north.
Yeah, that's Robert Kneifel dangling from the rescue chopper. The 61-year-old went hunting in the Nemadji Forest in Pine County Monday, but he got lost on the trail. The State Patrol says he called his wife Tuesday, letting her know what happened right before his phone died. He had no food or water, just his survival techniques that kept him alive until he was found. After calling his wife, State Patrol's helicopter was activated and the search was on. By Wednesday night, rescuers switched to an airplane equipped with a thermal camera that spotted the fire he built to stay warm. But officials had to wait until yesterday morning to rescue him.
That absolutely was the low point for him. When the aircraft left, he knew that we knew where he was at, but it took everything in his body to not walk away at first daylight.
Thank you, fellas.
Kneifel did have a lighter, which helped him build the fire that he not only used to stay warm, but also to dry his clothes after the 2 rainy nights. Troopers say he plans to bring a GPS tracker with him on his next hunting trip. Pretty good idea.
Would be a good idea for sure, yes. Early voting is now underway in Minneapolis for the 2017 election. These are city races, including the big job of mayor. Anybody wanting to cast their ballot this morning, you can go to the early voting center on 3rd Street. Doors opened just a little over an hour ago at 8 this morning. The election itself, not until November 7th, so you might want to wait and see if any of the 16 candidates have a breakthrough moment or a huge misstep. Otherwise, get your early votes in. Early voting in St. Paul doesn't start until the end of October.
The St. Paul Police Department says scammers are back at it in the city. Officers say over the past couple of weeks, people have sent thousands of dollars to scammers. The con artists are claiming to be from the police department, the sheriff's office, Xcel Energy, and the IRS. Police say you shouldn't send money to anyone who is threatening to arrest you, trying to serve a warrant, or asking for bail money for one of your relatives. Scammers are also asking for iTunes gift cards or Target gift cards or money packs. Police are reminding people that legitimate organizations do not accept these forms of payment.
An administrator with St. Paul Public Schools has been arrested after co-workers told police he sent them threatening text messages. 42-year-old Robert Peterson was arrested yesterday morning. Suspicion of terroristic threats. Police say those threats were made around 1:20 Wednesday afternoon, but officers have not specified what was said in the text or why those texts were sent. Peterson serves as the executive director of the St. Paul Schools Office of College and Career Readiness. He's also the executive director of the district's Department of School Climate and Support. In a statement, the district said the safety and well-being of its staff is of the utmost importance, but district officials did not get specific about what went on here, saying it's a personnel issue.